Stop counting calories for menopause weight loss. Hi, I'd like to make a case today that counting calories is not helpful at all for perimenopause and menopause weight loss. There's a hormonal model for weight loss, which works much better, and I'm going to make the case for it today. Hi, my friend. Thanks for being with me today. The acorns have dropped, so the squirrels in my neighborhood have started going crazy, gathering them up and taking them wherever they want to store them. Problem for me is that my dog loses her mind when the squirrels are racing around like this. So I love being outside, but I don't love taking her with me anymore. So that's a bit of a thing for fall. Hope you're enjoying fall, whatever that looks like where you are. Okay, many of you are calorie counters, and we were told that weight is a math problem, right? Calories in equals calories out for weight maintenance. Cut your calories if you want to lose weight. Do calorie burning exercises to lose weight. Now, this just didn't turn out to be true. The math is not that simple. Now, it's true that chronic overeating can cause weight gain, and eating a little less can sometimes cause weight loss, but it's not exact math. Our body is affected by hormone changes, stress, and can adjust metabolism. In fact, at the menopause transition, this is true. Whether you went through it because of a surgery in your 20s or chemotherapy in your 30s, or naturally in your late 40s or sometime in your 50s, you may experience weight gain from the hormone changes. Your metabolism actually has not dropped. People always say that. I hit menopause and my metabolism dropped. That's not actually true, even though people say it all the time. What I mean by it is there have been some recent studies showing that the actual burner inside you works well at all these ages. So you have a hormone change and that's causing the weight gain. What happened to me at perimenopause was this. My weight was just fine until then, in my mid-40s. And I had not changed how I was eating, and it was pretty healthy. I usually ate some protein, and I always ate vegetables and fruit, but I also ate more sugar and processed food than was recommended. But I hadn't changed the way I ate in decades, and my weight had been just fine. But now, at perimenopause, my weight just went up and seemed out of control. The old ways that had worked to lose weight after having babies didn't work now. This is the exact same story I hear from so many professional women who come to work with me. And even the ones who haven't had children, same thing, doing just fine, hit this point in perimenopause or menopause, and the numbers on the scale just go up and up. So at perimenopause, your estrogen goes up and down, and then declines into menopause. This bumps up your insulin resistance, which makes you produce more insulin for the same food, causing your body to store more fat when you eat sugar and processed foods, and when you snack and graze instead of prioritizing meals. So eating less sugar and processed food, along with cutting out snacks when they aren't necessary, aligns with your body to lose weight and live in a normal weight body going forward. You do eat bigger meals when you don't snack and graze. It isn't the calories. So I do meet people who really cut their calories. I had a client last year who was a clinic nurse, and she proudly told me when I met her that she knew the amount of calories in every food, literally every food. Is that you too? She was eating 1,200 to 1,500 calories per day and had lost a little weight at first, but could not lose any more of the weight she had gained at perimenopause. That's why she came to work with me. I told her she needed to eat more food and then she would be able to lose weight. 1,200 calories is really low for an adult woman. She was skeptical, but she agreed to drizzle some olive oil on her lunch salad alongside her regular diet dressing that she didn't want to give up, and she started adding protein to her lunch. She began to check in with her body, eating when she was hungry, and noticing when she was feeling satisfied and had had enough. This was a big change from calorie restricting when she was often hungry. When she started nourishing her body, she at first gained 3 pounds, and this nurse was in a panic, and she was very unhappy with me. But I encouraged her to hang in there. A week later, she was eating meals with protein and vegetables with a little healthy fats. She was no longer hungry all the time. She started to lose weight. She could not believe that she could eat so many calories and lose weight. She said, "I'm so relieved." No adult woman is eating enough food in general at 1,200 calories, and especially not one who is going through the body stress of the menopause transition along with a professional career. This client's body had slowed its metabolism because she wasn't eating enough food to nourish herself. Our bodies are meant to do this. You may have heard me talk before about eating a savory breakfast. It's been shown that when people eat a sweet breakfast, their blood sugar is higher all day compared to when they eat a savory breakfast, even if they ate the same lunch and dinner. If you're at the menopause transition with that bump in insulin resistance from the estrogen changes, a high blood sugar is going to mean higher insulin levels also. Insulin tells your body to store fat, so the calories are almost irrelevant. You change to a breakfast with no added sugars or syrups or sweeteners to align your body to better live at a normal weight. So if all this is hormones and restricting calories doesn't work, what should a professional woman with a busy job, caretaking responsibilities, travel, and fun, what can she do? In short, good sleep and active stress management help. I'll talk about the active stress management in a future podcast, and you'll find episodes here about sleep already. Certain types of exercise can help, which is also coming up in a future podcast. Today, we're just going to talk about the eating part because we're talking about calories. Ignore calories. Do not count them. Align your eating to what's going on with your hormones, in particular to combat insulin resistance. Eat nourishing meals with protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Protein is meats, fish, tofu, tempeh, beans, nuts, all those things. Fiber is vegetables, berries, other fruits, and sometimes a fiber supplement. For healthy fats, use olive oil and avocado oil, or eat a few nuts, nut butter, olives, or maybe throw half an avocado on whatever you're eating. Cut out snacks when you don't need them. I get criticized sometimes that when I say to eat meals and cut out snacks, I'm being restrictive. I don't mean it that way. I have a client who is a fundraiser for a charity organization, and after breakfast, she has to eat lunch with her clients at 11:30 a.m. That's when it's scheduled. And her dinner isn't till 6:30 or 7 at night. She needs a little meal in the afternoon, always some protein and vegetables or fruit for fiber. If you're doing some type of eating window or intermittent fasting, still during the eating window time, prioritize meals and have some time in between so that your digestive system can get quiet and nothing is really going on after your meal. We don't have good science on how many hours that should be in between meals. So I like to tell professional women to fit it in with their life. But usually a few hours in between is a good idea. Really cut back on sugars and syrups and sweeteners if you want to live in a normal weight body. Dessert can be a couple times a week, but not eating sugar multiple times per day, which has become the norm. Cut back on highly processed foods. How often do you eat them now if you look at your week? Can you eat them less often? Eat a savory breakfast again with protein, fiber, and healthy fats. If you can change your style of eating, you can build a life where you still enjoy delicious foods, nourish yourself, and lose weight without counting anything and without restricting. I've come to believe that calories are irrelevant in our bodies for menopause weight loss. And I hope I've been able to make that case for you today as well. Thanks for being here today. Bye-bye.